Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel, A Year in Books with Zoe. I am of course Zoe, and I'm gonna do a March reading wrap up. It's a little bit early, but March is almost done, so that's okay. So I was actually able to read 10 books in March because there was a lot going on. So first off, we know that I was doing the Monster Mash March where I was reading Monster Romance, but then in the middle of March there was also the Trans Rights Readathon, so I was doing that as well. So I started off with our Monster Mash March. I read 2 Kimberly Lemming books, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, which I believe I reviewed on here already. I really enjoyed that book. It's super fun. I really enjoy Kimberly Lemming's writing. And then I also read That Time I Got Drunk and That Time I Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, which was also hilarious. It was definitely better than the other one. Tons and tons of highlights for me in the Kindle. But both those are very fun reads. I'm looking forward to reading more Kimberly Lemming. She has a book coming out later this year. She's getting traditionally published. Very exciting. Okay, and then I read The Death God's Sacrifice, which is also a monster romance. We have a Gorgon, one of Medusa's sisters. For whatever reason, I can't remember her name, and there's no way I'd be able to pronounce it. And this druid dude, and it's their little romance thing that I got in my Peculiar Tastes box. There's a video on that box on my page if you're interested in checking it out. I really enjoyed that one as well. It was a super fun read. I'm really excited to read more of the Peculiar Taste books, and also to get the next book box that they'll have coming soon, probably next month or the month after. Let me see. I also read I'm in Love with Mothman. That was a super fun book. We have our social media influencer girl who decides to get away from it all and go move into a cabin in the woods, and of course she meets Mothman. It's very cute, a lot of flowery language, but also kind of silly. I really enjoyed it personally, and there should be another one coming out soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm excited about that as well. And I believe once I had finished those, it shifted into the Trans Rights Readathon. So then I was in the Trans Rights Readathon mode. And so then I read Claimed by the Orc Prince, which is a monster romance, but it's written by a trans author. It is an elf and an orc, arranged marriage, and all that. It's very cute. It has a little bit of political intrigue, kind of will they won't they vibes. I really enjoyed it. And then I also read the second one, Blood of the Orc Prince, which just gets deeper into the story. And there's a third one which I'll be reading sometime soon. I have it on Kindle Unlimited, which actually, so I'm not sure if the Kimberly Lemming books are still on Kindle Unlimited, just because I know she's getting traditionally published, so she might have had to take those ones off. She still does have some books on there, but I don't know if the ones that I mentioned are on there still. The Death God's Sacrifice is on Kindle Unlimited. All the Peculiar Taste books are on there, so you can definitely check that out if you have a subscription. I'm in Love with the Mothman is not. I purchased that on Kindle. But Claimed by the Orc Prince, Blood of the Orc Prince, the third one, and the one that is all three of them together, is available on Kindle Unlimited, so be sure to check that out. I also read Genderqueer. I won't get super detailed into that one because I do have a review video on here where I talk about it, and also kind of my own exploration of gender. So if you're interested in that, head over to that video, check it out, see what it's all about. But I really enjoyed that. And so then I read the Tea Dragon Tapestry. This is the last book in these Tea Dragon little graphic novels. that are available on Kindle Unlimited. They're super, super cute. I love the artwork. It's very like cozy fantasy vibes, with like little tiny dragons that like grow tea leaves and flowers on them, which is adorable. And kind of like deals with like kind of intense things, but in like a very minimal, in like a soft, comforting way. It's nothing like bad. It's more like figuring out what your purpose is when you feel like you've lost your purpose, and like helping someone recover from loss. It's really cute, sweet stuff, and the artwork is super pretty. And then by the same author, I also read Princess, which is another graphic novel that is available on Kindle Unlimited. This is super cute. It's two princesses. One princess goes and saves the other princess who's in a tower, kind of like Rapunzel, but like a little bit different. And then they kind of go on a little adventure together. That was like super, super cute, heartwarming, adorable. So I really enjoyed that. So overall, my Transwise readathon went really good. I ended up donating $25 to the Transgender Education Network of Texas. If you want to make a donation as well, definitely do that. Texas trans people need our help right now. And then during the Transwise readathon, I started Dreadnought, which is on Audible. If you have the Audible premium membership, it's available free, and so is the second one. So I started listening to that. I'm about 5 hours in, and it's like 11 hours total, I think. Super interesting. This trans girl stumbles upon a superhero who's dying, and then gets powers that transforms her into having a body that is like unmistakably feminine. And so she wasn't out before, so obviously she has to be out, because anyone who looks at her is gonna be like, that's a girl. I hate saying stuff like that because I feel like it's very like gendered, and like you don't have to look like a girl to be a girl, and you don't have to look like a boy to be a boy. You don't have to look like anything, okay? But that's like the premise of the book. You know, she gets the body she always wanted, that she feels like is the body she was meant to have. I guess that's a better way of explaining it. And then is having to navigate being a superhero, coming out, and like dealing with that when having parents who are not accepting of that, having to go to school, being in high school. It's like a whole thing. And being a gay girl, so it's a lot for this young woman, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's really good. And then I'm also reading, I can't remember what I'm reading on Kindle. I'm reading something on Kindle that's pretty good. It's about Lucifer's fall from heaven, and like what if he was also queer. So far it's pretty good. I am also reading Manhunt, which is so traumatizing. It's awesome. It's really super interesting. The premises of this book is that people with high levels of testosterone turned into these like snarling monsters, and so the people that are left over are mostly cis women and trans women who had been taking estrogen prior to this happening, but these trans women have to keep going and getting estrogen or they will turn into these monsters. And so what they have to do is kill the monsters and harvest some of their organs to get estrogen from them. And so we start with Beth and Fran, who are two trans women who are doing this hunting stuff. And then later we meet a trans man, Robbie, and like it's kind of their story unfolding. But it's super interesting. It's very like detailed. It's very gory. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Has a lot of sexual content, which is fine. For me, it's fine, but I always feel a little bit uncomfortable if I'm not expecting it to be there. I should have like checked out what the content warnings were before I read it, but it's always like awkward when it's there and I wasn't expecting it. And I feel like it's like it's a jarring contrast from like what's happening and then somebody having like these reactions to it, and it's just like very jarring, but I also feel like it makes it more human. But that's just there, and so I'm always like a little thrown off. It's literally like, it's so good. I'm like, how many pages in? I'm almost 80 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. I'll probably be finished with it by next week. It's giving me weird dreams, which is fine, but I really am enjoying it so far. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, yeah, check it out. Anyways, that's about all I have going on. As far as next reads, I don't really have anything planned. Oh, that's not true. I do have some stuff planned. There's some books that I actually have to read pretty soon. I received some copies of books from different publishing companies and also Readsy that I need to get to so that I can post reviews and make content about them. But that's all that I've had going on with reading. Overall, it's been a pretty good reading month for me. I'm so shocked that I read 10 books. That's so wild to me, but also like I'm very proud of myself. A big part of that is because it was like graphic novels, and like with stuff like that, like I can consume images very quickly and I can read really quickly. So like I finish those really quick because I'm like image, words, okay, got it, we're done. But that's just me. I read some pretty cool graphic novels. I read iZombie, which I really loved. And then there's like the Buffy ones, which I would love to like have a full collection of, but they're out of print and I can never find them online anywhere. So I'd have to like go to thrift stores and like book thrift stores and see if I could find them, which is not ideal. I should have just got them all when I was younger and first got them, but like I would ask for Christmas and people would just forget. It's fine. It's not like a big deal. Oh, I am planning to order some books soon. Katie Robert just published a book, which if y'all don't know, she's one of my faves. There is a Spike book, like, you know, Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's one like about him that I definitely want to buy and check out. And then there was like something else, but I don't remember. But yeah, I hope y'all had a good reading month, or whatever form of entertainment, relaxation that you choose to consume. I hope that it was enjoyable for you. And I hope that looking into April, I can keep the same momentum with reading, and keep the same energy with reading. And that is all.